Welcome to Tantra's Oracle. Thank you for joining me today. So today we're going to be doing a reading on 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue. Now, she was the girl that was unalived by her father a few months ago. So I was asked to do this reading, so I'm going to do one on her. Now, looking at her situation, before I even pulled anything, I can already see based on her will that it was coming. But because I see sexual trauma, child abuse, secret things happening by an older man, somebody being secretive about a child, um, lustful situations, and somebody being in some intoxicated or having some type of mental things or both at the same time when they did this to her, which ended up being her father. And I also see unalive in here somebody with that the child abuse and the secrets thing was going to lead to police involvement. So, going to do a reading on her, see what comes up with her situation. Now, I know they arrested the father, but as far as what happens after that, I don't know. Yeah, my name. Let's see. Two cards came out. I'll leave them out. Look at it in a minute. Okay, so here we have chaos, a chaotic situation, or someone bringing chaos to you, or it could be just, you know how you have that person that every time they're around is always something. So a chaotic person. And then you have someone being isolated or alone with this person that they are connected to, that they are affiliated with, that is very chaotic or have some chaos going on surrounding them. Because I think they said she lived with her grandmother. Not sure why she didn't live with her parents. Okay, so now we have danger or restricted area. So you know what this card means. It's like when you go to a construction site and it will say danger is, restricted area. So that means going there in that area may cause you some type of harm, right? So you're not allowed there. So it's the same thing with a person. Being around this person could cause you some type of harm. So you shouldn't be there with that person. And we can see that it was somebody causing someone to cross over because this was a chaotic person. And here it was, you get this person off to themselves and unalive them, cause them to cross over. Here you have the unknown with the affiliated, which means somebody that was connected with her didn't want it to be known. They was trying to hide some things. They didn't want you to know. They didn't want us to know that they did this. Is basically what they mean. Okay. Now we have this card, which means traveling. So that means somebody is traveling. So you're going from one place to another. So this person took her somewhere else. We already know that. Okay. Then we have here, it's documented. So that means it's already happened. We already have it notated. We already have it written down about crossing over. We already have the knowledge. We already have the information about what has happened to her. Somebody took her somewhere. She was by herself. She was unalive. They found this, she was found deceased, however you want to say it. And this, that somebody that she was connected to, and they was trying to cover up her death. Basically, is what we have here. So everything that is documented about what happened to her already. So here we have gossip, and gossip just means talk. People are talking. So maybe they already knew something was going on with this dude, because we have to talk about a birth parent or a pregnancy. Okay, so maybe there was already talk about it because you got the gossip. So I mean, people, oh, you know this, that, and that. You know, people talking under their breath about somebody else being pregnant, and here this is the communication. It was talked about. So people are talking about somebody who was possibly pregnant, um, and it is talked about that it was somebody that she was connected to. So that's connected with her. So maybe there was gossip about her being pregnant, right? Um, and this right here was why she was isolated, or because she was isolated or left alone. Okay. And then here you have the communication about somebody she's affiliated with and the chaos that's surrounding. So it's a lot of mess going on with this gossip here. And it could just be gossip about her being pregnant. Um, when she passed. Okay. So they could say, like, for instance, oh, that's why it happened because maybe she told him she was, so that's why this happened, right? Could be something like that. Not necessarily that. So here, street smart, dangerous area. So when I get street smart, it just means that sometimes it come out and it means, people who know the streets. But a lot of times it means that people are aware of how the area is set up. So that means you know the streets. So on this street, you can go here and get this. On that street, this is over there. Or that it could just mean your area, not necessarily that you're in the streets. So I know about my area and I know where the restricted area. I know where I can go if I want such and such. I know where I can go if I need to find this or that. So not necessarily that you're in the street, but you know about the streets. Okay. If you understand what I'm saying. Now we have an altercation happening. See, somebody crossed over. It was an altercation. See this? Um, Now with this, you got to be careful with this person. Some secrets. going on. But it's like these people must have already knew something was going on with this dude, but they still allowed him around her, even though they like, oh, something up with this person. But that's her daddy, you can't. But that's her mommy, you can't. So it's like you already know stuff is going on because it's being talked about. So if you're talking about it, why would you talk about it unless you know something could be possibly happening? And if something could be possibly happening, why are you letting her go there? Okay. Because this is saying that he could be in the street. I don't know about him like that, but he could be in the street. But that's why he was, like I said, a dangerous person. And it's a lot of chaos with this person. So it's something going on with them. And obviously people knew. Because it's saying you got to be careful because you don't know what this person got going on. So this means you already have a foundation established. So it's already something has already been set. So when you say you have a foundation established, that means you have history already established with this, okay? Like I said, these people knew how he was and the type of person. Maybe they didn't know this, but I don't know. But they knew the type of person that he was because he already had a foundation established of them talking about how he is, chaotic he is. So they already knew, he moved around. So you're not stable, you chaotic, you got a lot of stuff, you're not good to be around here. You like to hang in the street, however you want to put it. So it's something about it could be his past, but either way, you already know. And here is conflict. So there was already some prior conflict happening before, because this is conflict. There was a foundation established. So it's something, somebody was at odds about something. You're having an altercation. Here, conflict, altercation about this. I'm not saying that she was. Maybe they thought that she was because it was talk about it, talk and gossip about this. And that was brought the conflict and the altercation because of this, because they thought she was this. Okay. Now here, this is just a vibration. That means this is the energy behind it, the conflict that was established already, previously established. They had a conflict because the vibration, because somebody had information, okay, about what was going on. So the vibration is what's behind it, the energy behind it, okay, was conflict and something that previously was established or previously happened. All right. Somebody knew about something. Somebody had information. They knew you had to be careful around this person because there's some things that's going on that you might not necessarily know, or you don't quite know. You don't know for sure. They're keeping it hidden, but you have some inkling that you got to be careful around this person. There was some talk about what was going on. Okay. So here you have the partner. Okay. So who he was connected to, talking about how chaotic. So is the partner the mother Okay. Already was talking about, oh, he this type of person, that type of person. There's something going on with him and how he acts. He's chaotic or whatever the situation is. Or somebody's partner, they already know something is up. Okay. And then you have here somebody's job, something that they was designated to do or set themselves up to do. They got this girl by herself, or they had her by herself. Okay. Then we have the no. So the no just means somebody doesn't want you to do something that you're doing. This is and it's being communicated to somebody that she's connected to. Okay. So they knew. It's not like they might not have known it was what it was going to end up being, but they knew something was going on with him and how he acted and how he treated her. Somebody having the ability to do something, the capacity to do something. So it's within them to do it. All right. Fate in relationship. You got to be careful. So something was going on to cause this to happen or to start happening. I don't know how long it's been going on. For you to just snap and do that, that's something that was secret because I already got coming out on her that it was some secrets of abuse. Maybe he was abusive, but they didn't think it was sexually, or they thought it was just him, how he was, whatever. But they already knew it was in him because they already seen signs of it previously, even though to the extent they may not have known, but they know that that man was abusive. Okay. Maybe didn't think that he would do it to her or something. I don't know. But they knew he was the abusive type of person, not somebody that she needed to be with by herself. And sometimes these people do things to get back at the other person, other parent. It happens all the time. Because a lot of these parents don't really care nothing about their kids. They just use them as pawn pieces. So now we have the justice that's coming, given or received. The emperor, the people that are in control or behind the situation, or as the father figure. And then someone having to look at themselves. Okay. So what this means is it's coming from something that you did. You got to look at you. So the justice coming from what he has done to her. It's going to be reflecting back to him. Okay. What he has done. The father, the justice, the people that are in control. See, it's already written. It's already documented. Okay. And then here you have justice given or received that's already established. Okay. It's moving in the background. So if this is like something that is in progress. Okay, in progress. These two cards came out as I was shuffling in the beginning. So I have this coming out that we already know what that means. And then this card means difficulty. So you're having a hard time. So this could be somebody who is this way. And like I said previously, that I already saw with her that it's been happening already and it was going to lead to it because this person has something going on within them. And then if they drink or if they on drugs or anything like that, that makes it worse. And so that was who she was surrounded by. So I'm just going to pull one card for each one of these, and that'll be it. Oh, and I say this card just means someone that is valuable or someone that is cherished. So someone that is loved. Okay. So like I said, they probably did it because to hurt the other person. Here is, this means someone that is supposed to be your friend. Okay. So you're doing this to people that you are supposed to be friendly with, friends with. Okay. But you're actually this, or you try to pretend that you're not this type of person by being acting like you're friendly, or but behind closed door you're doing some other stuff. Okay. Here somebody's having difficulty with a loss. Okay. Here, so that could just be her family having a difficulty with losing her, community having a difficult time with losing her. So that is all I'm going to say. If you made it this far, just leave a thumbs up on the video, and your comments in the comments section. And thank you for watching.